Probably can't speak no English.
Gonzalez allegedly hit 18-year-old Moore with a jet ski while the teen was kayaking on Grapevine Lake over Memorial Day weekend. Both are Venezuelan nationals who entered the country illegally.
It's my understanding both individuals crossed the southern border in 2023 or 2024. They were arrested at the time of entry, processed for a notice to appear.
Sometimes this stuff don't be making no sense. These two ignorant folk who don't have a purpose in life, they done snuck in this country, and you know they ain't good people because after they kill the girl, they run. I wouldn't fit, if they were illegally in this country, they killed a girl and they stayed there and was like checking on her and trying to help her, then it would just be an accident, right? But they left her to die and then they fled the scene. Why are you fleeing the scene when you should be there to talk to the police? Because you're illegally in the country. Come on, give them the death penalty. Hang them, hanging. We need to bring hanging back. All right, let's do this Air Force situation. Air Force, a young lady actively in the Air Force. And let me just say this before we start. She won't get a t-shirt. She won't get a GoFundMe. She has one, but she ain't gonna get no money on it. How much money she got on the GoFundMe? Oh, she was in the military. How much money she got on the GoFundMe? All right, go pull a GoFundMe up. So as of right now, the family of this young girl who died, who was in the Air Force, her GoFundMe is at 40,000. So let's not worry about it. It's at like 40,000. So when I say she ain't got a GoFundMe, I mean, she not raising $500,000 on GoFundMe. Like the kid, Carmelo Anthony, who stabbed and killed the white kid. Like, that's what I mean when I say she not gonna have a GoFundMe. Her family's not gonna get a GoFundMe. And to be honest, the 30, 40,000 is probably, well, the military should bury her. But maybe if the family want to have a separate burial or something, that's probably all that money right there gone. Funeral home, casket, all that gone. But I think the military should take care of her services. But I know some people like to have their own stuff outside of the formal military service. Regardless of that, their goal was only 20,000. They didn't do nothing for her in the grand scheme of things, as far as donations are concerned. But let's go to how she tragically lost her life. This young woman, I'm assuming she's promising, right? She's in the military. You had to be good to be in the military. It doesn't appear that she has any negative background. People love her. Obviously, her sister is devastated. All her family is devastated. And she died at the hands of some illegal aliens, probably drunk on a jet ski. Two fat Mexicans drunk on a jet ski illegally in this country done ran this woman over who's serving this country. And they tried to flee. Can you imagine? This is like media malpractice. And I feel like nobody would know it if you couldn't have it at one place at one time. Let's talk about this. The young lady who lost her life to some illegal aliens who probably were drunk on a jet ski. This young woman had a promising future and her life was cut short. Now, I want you to see very clearly what your side or the other side is talking about. When you read from the left, which I just hit the left button right here, see all the left-leaning articles. When you read from the left, they don't mention one time that these are illegal aliens, suspects, 2 arrested. Why are they not saying that they're illegal aliens? Then you go over to the conservative side. It's not anything hyperbolic. Venezuelans, illegal aliens arrested, 2 illegal immigrants. Like you even see a variety of different ways of saying it, but they are addressing the fact that these people are illegally in our country and killing American citizens. Why is it only one side that's reporting on it? And this is why I love Ground Out News, because the only way you would know really what the other side is saying and how ridiculous they are, the only way you know it is having it in one place just like this. So I don't want you guys to get blind spotted, for lack of better terms. Make sure you see your blind spots. It's like in anything you do. When you're a quarterback, you got to know your blind spot. When you're driving in the car, you got to know your blind spot. You can get toe up. So make sure you look into this. These are articles on the blind spot that we should be paying attention to. If you're on the right, it's in red. If you're on the left, it's in blue. As you can see right here, there is 0 right-leaning articles written about this topic of Dan Bongino. Expresses his frustration over the new FBI role in Fox News interview. I gave up everything. Now, this could be a superfluous tagline or headline, but why are we not talking about anything related to Dan Bongino? So, and likewise with the left, you got the left articles here. It says Laura Trump rebuffs Tapper apology to her over Biden decline. Damage is done. And we saw that interview with her and Jake Tapper, and he just literally berated her and almost kicked her off the show when she had, you know, a myriad of different articulable facts of why Joe Biden was brain dead, pretty much. So make sure you guys subscribe through my link at ground.news/Tatum or download the mobile app and use offer code Tatum for 40% off the unlimited Vantage plan to see through media bias and stay informed. Look at the clip.
Breaking news here at 5. Attorney General Ken Paxton says 2 undocumented immigrants have been arrested in the death of 18-year-old Ava Moore.
Stop calling them undocumented immigrants. You're not a mother freaking immigrant if you are in this country illegally. That's not called immigrant. You're an invader. They should say illegal invaders. You're not an immigrant. An immigrant migrated here through the channels that qualifies them as an immigrant. You did not come. You invaded the country. When are we going to start talking the truth? Roll the clip.
And Moore was the young woman struck and killed while kayaking at Lake Grapevine on Sunday. You've probably heard about this by now. Marissa Armas has been working on the story all day, and we've gotten some new details that just came down in the last half hour as well. Marissa, what's going on?
Hold on. Before Marissa talk, let me give you a warning. She finna do that Mexican Spanish thing where they talking normal and then they go, it's like, ma'am, just say Gonzalez. You already said everything else in English. We were talking here today with Romero Carreras. It's like, what are you talking about? And stop. Speak English. You've been speaking English the whole interview. And you want to put the stank on it. All right, roll the clip.
Yeah, this information just came down in the last 30 minutes, but Attorney General Ken Paxton says that the woman who was arrested earlier today is an undocumented immigrant from Venezuela. He also says that the man that helped her get away...
Stop. Listen, today, Glenn Paxton said she was a person from Venezuela. Like, did you have to say Venezuela like that? Just say Venezuela. You said everything else in English, and then you said Venezuela in Spanish. All right, it's not about her, but it irritates the living daylight out of me when people do this. Roll the clip.
Is also undocumented. Now, in a statement, he did say in part that Ava Moore's senseless death was caused by an illegal alien who should have never been in the country in the first place. My heart breaks for Ava's family and friends, and my prayers are with them as they face this tragedy. My office will continue to work with local, state, and national law enforcement partners to secure justice for Ava. And as we mentioned earlier today, the Texas Game Wardens and Grapevine Police Department announced that they had arrested Daikerlin Alejandra Gonzalez, the suspect that they believe is tied to the death of Moore. As we report on...
You know when you say arrest, you can say that's like Spanish. Arrest. Arrestado. She should be in Telemundo. Arrestado. And welcome back to being English speaker. Like, where's the accent at when you talking regular? I know people that's heavily, like, English is their second language or third language. They sound like they speak in Spanish when they say English. And when they roll them R's and they do all that, it's just natural. This woman is speaking like a white lady, and then she goes straight to Venezuela. Roll the clip.
Sunday, Moore was kayaking at Lake Grapevine when police say that she was struck and killed by a jet ski with 2 women on it. Authorities spent the last few days searching for the driver of that jet ski, as well as the man who helped her get away.
Just a lot of sadness and anger that someone would leave her and not make sure she's okay. I think that's the hardest thing, because she always made sure everyone was okay. She never left a place without making sure you were okay.
She was passionate. If she believed in something, you were not changing her mind, no matter how right you thought you were. She was always going to be right. And then just her ability to just enjoy and love everybody.
And Ava's coach and teammate tell me that she was a natural leader. She had just graduated from Prep Academy on the 19th. She was actually just here visiting family. Friends have set up a GoFundMe account to help the family with funeral expenses. And again, this is a very fluid situation, so we'll bring you more information as we get it. In Grapevine, Marissa Armas.
Oh, she finna do it again. But maybe the girl was in the academy, Nick. So she wasn't quite a cadet.
No, she wasn't. When you're in the academy, you're a cadet.
But are you officially?
Yes. Well, technically.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so when you're in some people are on like a contingent job, not a contingent job offer, but they're like on probation. Yeah. So while you're in a certain probationary period, you're not fully supported. That may be why they're doing the GoFundMe, because the military may not cover a cadet or somebody who's in the academy, get full military benefits. They probably have to graduate the academy first, right? That may be why they're doing that GoFundMe. I was like, I hope they're not out here grifting. You know what I mean? The military covered that, but I just saw that she was in the academy. That makes sense, because that's why she played basketball. Go back one second. I got to hear this Mexican lady do this stupidity again.
So we'll bring you more information.
Look how clear her English is. I mean, she speaks English better than, I don't know, the founding fathers. I mean, go ahead.
And again, this is a very fluid situation, so we'll bring you more information as we get it. In Grapevine, Marissa Armas, CBS News, Texas.
Oh, she said she didn't go all full. But Texas. Marissa Armas, Texas. Arrestado. Anyway, she should have did that in Spanish. Anyway, it's not about her. It's sad that these illegals, but we got video of them trying to escape too. So after they did the crime, they probably was drunk. That's why they running and trying to flee. They probably was drinking and doing something they not supposed to. How do you run over and kill a person kayaking? You had to been flying. You had to been flying, because I'm sure she see them coming if they not going that fast. You know, you're going like 20 miles per hour or something. She probably see them coming and try to dodge a little bit. They probably hauling acorns, flying 40, and then ran that girl over and killed her. And her future was brighter than theirs. Why she die? Why can't they be dead? That's one thing. I love the Lord, but Lord, sometimes this stuff don't be making no sense. These two ignorant folk who don't have a purpose in life, they done snuck in this country, and you know they ain't good people, because after they kill the girl, they run. I wouldn't fit, if they were illegally in this country, they killed a girl and they stayed there and was like checking on her and trying to help her, then it would just be an accident, right? But they left her to die, and then they fled the scene. Why are you fleeing the scene when you should be there to talk to the police? Because you're illegally in the country. Come on, give them the death penalty. Hang them, hanging. We need to bring hanging back. Get them out there, hang them up there, and let the whole world look at them, and let the fowls of the air chew away at them. I'm just going off of what they did in the Bible. I ain't saying nothing crazy. They did in the Bible. They would crucify people in the Bible. They put Jesus up there and tried to let the animals eat at him. Why can't we? What happened to that? If it's good for them, it's good for us. All right. Let's roll it. Roll it.
Sí, pero él también porque se puede llevar, ya la tomé ya.
They shouldn't be in our country.
You're stupid! Yeah, you're not going anywhere, no! Y'all stay here! No te metas tú. No se vayan, no mames!
Probably can't speak no English. What are they doing? So we can fast forward through this, but what happened was they catch him out there. People are trying to stop him. They running around, people trying to fight him, and then they get to the escape vehicle right here. Full of Coronas. They drunk. Look, she's drunk.
Amor, las placas del carro de este enfrente. Las placas del carro.
No English.
Hey, cálmate, ya va. La policía aquí ve. Pero ya va. Ya ella va a tomar. ¿Cómo va a tomar si está diciendo que se va a escapar? No mames. Ya le tomé fotos a la placa.
And so somebody then put them in the car, let them escape the scene, but they end up getting caught. I don't know what to say, man. Like, if I was in somebody else's country, I'd be on my best behavior. All right. So Greg Abbott, the governor, not Glenn Paxton. Ken, I said Glenn. Ken Paxton. But Greg Abbott said, welcome to Texas. Here's your death penalty. I'm hoping that he put them to death for this. And I'm not hoping because I want them to die. I just want the law to be applied. People that got put to death throughout the years. The law is the law. Why do they get to skirt the law? Come on, man. Like, it ain't gonna stop people from doing it. I mean, they get drunk and then they're gonna do it again. They can be running on killing people every day. The problem that makes it a lot more spicy is that they have no business being in our country in the first place. They shouldn't even be here. We shouldn't even be having this conversation because they don't know how to act when they get here. So why are they here? Go back to your country and get drunk and run over people. You in America, you better straighten your act up or you're going to get a death penalty. All righty.